Mauricio Shogun Rua, the Brazilian, 31 years old. The young Viking, the Swede, Alexander Gustafsson is 25. Productions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a striker, holding a professional record, 14 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai kickboxer, holding a professional record, 21 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, presenting the 2005 Pride Grand Prix champion and the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Mauricio Shogun Rua. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, our referee, the beautiful Ariani. Sold out Key Arena, Seattle, Washington. The UFC on Fox 5. Shogun.
Let's go fight.
Gustafsson. And here we go. Fight Clock brought to you by Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. In theaters Christmas Day. Red trunks for Shogun, the Swede in the blue trunks.
One thing to be considered when you talk about the reach of Alexander Gustafsson is that they don't talk about his legs. The reach is measured only the hands, which we've adopted from boxing, which I really think needs to be addressed. The long legs of Gustafsson are significant. There's a big advantage in having those long legs. He can kick Shogun from a position where Shogun can't reach him.
And he gets him early. Gustafsson looking to continue this trend of the changing of the guard tonight on Fox.
Shogun trying to sweep, attacking with a leg lock.
Shogun is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Gustafsson's in trouble. He's got it deep.
Can he submit him?
He's out now. He's out past the knee. Gustafsson is not in danger anymore. Now it's just a matter of pulling the leg out. And Shogun rides him. He's got his back knee by Shogun.
Shogun earned his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in only 4 years. He has 1 win by submission, 18 of his 21 career wins by knockout or TKO.
And that win by submission is over Kevin Rounderman with a knee bar. He has excellent leg locks and very good at sweeping from that position. Behind Gustafsson, he's dropping down again, but he's way too low on the leg.
And right back up. You talk about the reach of Alexander Gustafsson, Joe, but he fights long, so he extends that reach with the legs, as you see there, much like the champion John Jones. Looking for the takedown, and he gets it.
But again, Mauricio trying to grab a hold of those legs. Gustafsson has to be careful because there's one thing about having long legs. It makes it easier. It makes it easier to submit those limbs. It's easier to pull out of techniques when you have shorter limbs.
Sliding towards the fence, trying to wall walk, and he's up.
And he eats a knee. Shogun attacks the legs.
The clinch is one of the strengths of Shogun's attack. Gustafsson as well.
Shogun's going to try to do that same thing, Mike. He's going to try to clinch, lace up a leg, and then drop down, especially now, before either guy is drenched with sweat, which makes him slippery and much more difficult to submit.
Oh, nice counter. There's the knees. The knees of a man this tall can be lethal. I think back to Stephen Struve, who has the longest reach in the UFC at 84.5 inches with the champion John Jones.
Shogun he's covering up and closing the distance, and that's his strategy to deal with that reach. Just absorb the shots, close the distance, and unload.
He ate a teep in the stomach on his way in the last time. Nice leg kick by Shogun. Shogun's dream is to get his belt back. He wants a rematch with John Jones. Gustafsson has the same man in his sights.
Well, he's been told that an impressive victory over Gustafsson will get him that rematch.
Last time on Fox was the great battle with Brandon Vera, another of the many wars in Shogun's career. Gustafsson has landed 17 punches to 4 for Shogun, but there's another kick.
Good cover up as well. Good defense as he landed that shot. He's prepared well for the long reach.
Shogun has landed 11 of his 12 kicks and knees.
And that was a good knee in the clinch by Gustafsson.
And that, Joe, makes the significant strikes very even here with just over 30 seconds on the clock in the first.
Gustafsson came into this fight, as Kurt Menefee said, a 2-1 favorite, which a lot of people thought was pretty high. A lot of people thought this should be more of a pick'em fight. Shogun is making that argument right now.
Much like Rory McDonald went to Montreal to pursue greatness, Alexander Gustafsson, the only setback he's had in his career was to Phil Davis. He moved to San Diego to pursue greatness, to become a champion.
And train with Phil Davis.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, do we finish your glove? Have your quarterback cut that, okay, please? Só respira. Vem pra frente um pouquinho.
Just breathe, just breathe.
Bom pra caralho, tá perfeito, Maurício. Ele sentiu a tua mão, só trabalhar mais fino. Tá tudo perfeito.
Trabalha mais fito e puxa essa luta com mais boxe, beleza?
Come to box, box.
Tá, sentiu tua mão. Quando derrubar ele, lembra? Sobe você primeiro, avança que você já tá passando. Não fica muito embaixo, que ele vai botar a mão, vai querer levantar. Lembra de você já dominar a cabeça dele lá em cima.
Na parte em pé, você viu que é só de aviata, chegou. Ele não tem outra opção, beleza?
Respira muito.
On stand, just upper. No options for Gustafsson.
That round was close, Alex. That round was close.
Shogun.
Okay, let's go. You ready?
Gustafsson.
Round 2, fight.
Eric Del Fiero, Lloyd Irvin, the same trainers of Phil Davis, Dominic Cruz, and company in San Diego in the corner tonight of the Swede.
Gustafsson may have gotten clipped there in that exchange.
Shogun comes out early in the second swinging, Joe.
Well, Shogun, I'll tell you one thing. He's not looking to land 50% shots. He's looking for home runs. Nice leg kick by Gustafsson across the front of the thigh. And a good right hand by Shogun.
Back-to-back epic battles for Shogun against Henderson and Vera.
Good left hand by Shogun there. Shogun's doing a good job of ducking his head and coming over the top to catch the taller fighter. But he is telegraphing that right hand, though. There it is.
Shogun loves to utilize an overhand right against a taller opponent as a counter. Gustafsson closed the distance there. 14-1, 6-1 in the UFC. 25-year-old Alexander Gustafsson from Stockholm, Sweden. Shogun, one of the greatest fighters ever out of Curitiba, Brazil, home of Anderson Silva.
Shogun seems to be looking for that one-punch solution, Mike, and one of the things that I'm kind of surprised is that he's not attacking the legs more of Alexander Gustafsson. Since Gustafsson is so well known for his movement, his footwork is excellent, he's always bouncing around on his toes, but it's been Gustafsson that's landed more leg kicks.
The axe murderer of Vanderlei Silva, Anderson Silva, Shogun, all old shoot-a-boxmen. Great strikers.
Oh, good whizzer there.
Caught him.
Don't grab the fence.
But they worked through it. Gustafsson may very well be the greatest contender to come out of Europe in a decade.
Mauricio looking for the takedown, winds up on his back though.
In the closed guard of Shogun is Gustafsson. Gustafsson looking for his 6th straight UFC win against his toughest opponent ever.
Good left hand by Gustafsson.
And he lets him up. There's the right hand we talked about.
Yeah, he's certainly looking for one-punch knockout results.
And he's certainly capable, and he delivers 2 right there.
I mean, these have been the kind of fights that Mauricio's been in the last few fights of his career. The Dan Henderson fight, the Brandon Vera fight. He just keeps getting in these crazy wars.
And Brandon Vera is a teammate in San Diego of Alexander Gustafsson.
And Gustafsson gets the takedown, ducks that big right hand. The right hand, as we said earlier, it's a bit telegraphed by Shogun, and Gustafsson timed it very well. Shogun is doing the same thing, trying to sneak out. Very nicely done there. Back up to his feet. Use the underhook to get back up to his feet.
Joe, this particular possible changing of the guard proving to be much more difficult than what Rory McDonald was able to do against the future Hall of Famer B.J. Penn. Shogun looks up at the clock.
Nice takedown by Gustafsson.
Four takedowns for Alexander Gustafsson. A big knee uppercut over the top Shogun.
Beautiful knee by Gustafsson.
Both men are excellent in the clinch. That knee in the clinch of a fighter who is 6'5", ultra dangerous. Uppercut too, another knee. I like the uppercut that sets it up. Tries to use the legs, John Jones style, to keep Shogun away.
Shogun is just wildly brawling here, Mike. There's a nice leg kick by him.
Look how close it is. Significant strikes landed, Joe. 20 seconds on the clock in the 2nd round.
Well, both men have the power to stop their opponent, but so far Gustafsson's been the one that's really doing the damage, and it shows in the face of Shogun.
Round 3 coming up next.
Good job, good job. But we don't need to come back, do we? Stab it. No, he's not bleeding. Hey, deep breaths. Breathe now. Breathe. Listen, we need to win this round, right? I said, you want that one? Close first, okay? We need to win this one, right? So ready? Hey, listen now. Listen. Whenever he rushes in like that, you're good on the takedowns. Yeah. Get the position, hands inside, and we throw some damage and we back out. Okay. And we keep taking him down. We got gas all fucking day if he rushes like that. Other than that, establish your range. You're doing good.
If you end up on the bottom in a half guard, I need you to have an underhook. You gotta have an underhook. Okay. If you lose the underhook, put your knee up and step out.
Okay. I don't want this one. Right. You can't have a keep it. With your feet. So no, pick him apart. Yeah, we got plenty of gas. Pick him apart. Right, Alex. Seconds out, guys. Let's go. Back up, last round, back up.
3rd and final round.
All right, you ready? Now you fight.
Gustafsson, hooah. And again, he tries to counter inside, Shogun to the body. All 5 of Shogun's UFC victories have come by knockout, which puts him at number 2 all time in the UFC light heavyweight division behind the Hall of Famer Chuck Liddell.
A good right hand by Shogun, but Gustafsson walked through it, and Shogun lands another one.
There's that overhand right.
And that's that overhand right that he used to stop Lyoto Machida, that same punch.
Looking for another takedown. That's 5. Right back up is Shogun. He's got his back.
One hook in. Shogun may try to roll under for a knee bar, and he does. Winds up in the guard, but he's got 2 feet on the hips. The problem is Gustafsson's arms are so long, you can still punch him from here.
And back up. Shogun's 14 combined knockouts, TKOs in UFC and Pride competition, the 3rd ever behind Vanderlei Silva and Troca. Can he connect here in the third against the young Swede?
He stepped in and looked for that left hook this time. Gustafsson loves that jab uppercut combination, Mike. Uses that a lot, and it's especially effective because he's such a tall fighter. Good job ducking under that shot there.
The first time Gustafsson ever went the 3-round distance in a fight was the last time he fought at home in Stockholm against Thiago Silva. Just over 3 on the clock in the third and final round here. Man, this is a close fight.
Good elbow over the top by Gustafsson.
Counter right again after the
He
kick by
ate that shot
Gustafsson.
to the liver though, Mike. I believe he's hurt. I believe that body shot hurt him.
That was
he
the
started
left shin.
breathing heavy.
The left shin of the Swede.
Yeah, he's hurt, Mike. He's hurt.
Yeah.
He's trying to walk it off. I don't know if Gustafsson realizes how hurt he is.
Another knee.
He needs to attack that body again.
What a warrior Shogun is.
Oh, he's one of the toughest guys ever.
And what a young, impressive talent
right hand by
Lamar is. And another
Gustafsson.
knee.
Shogun just took a deep breath and looked up at the clock with 2 minutes to go.
This third round is looking much like the third round we just saw with McDonald and Penn. Let's get an update. Now the advantage is to Gustafsson, illustrating the point about his dominance here in the third round.
And this could speak to what Rafael Cordeiro was saying, that Shogun just does not get in the same kind of shape that's required. The kind of shape that's required to fight at a championship level.
Joe, in your mind though, is it shape or the damage that Gustafsson's been able to do? I know you're going to say both, but how do you weigh it?
Well, I'll say both.
Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say it.
I already knew the answer. I've worked with you long enough.
Yeah, but the damage, some of it is being done by the fact that Shogun is tiring and Gustafsson is able to get off shots that he might not have been able to get off on a fresh fight.
Very true. Under a minute remains in this 3-round fight.
But the heart of Shogun cannot be questioned, and he's still trying to win. And he just rips an uppercut to the body.
That heart never so evident as it was in his fight
Front kick to
with
the
Dan
face
Henderson.
by Gustafsson.
Gustafsson would love to get the finish here. Just over 30 seconds remain. Slip by Shogun. The biggest fight in the life of Alexander Gustafsson. Here tonight in Seattle on Fox. The official decision when we come back. This is the UFC on Fox. What a beautiful night in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the Pacific Northwest. UFC on Fox 5 is sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. They go the distance at 2:05. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The scores are 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson.
Alexander Gustafsson scores the biggest victory of his mixed martial arts career. Our move of the fight brought to you by Metro BCS, the official wireless partner of the UFC.
And it is a brilliant knee to the face of Mauricio Shogun Hua. And there's another one by Gustafsson. Excellent use of the uppercut as well. And there's a front kick to the face.